All right, guys, soup of the day, the job of the day here. So we know this is a 350. We know it's got Vortec heads. I just put the intake manifold on it. The Vortec heads we know because of the stamping here on the front. I looked this up on a website. You know, pretty nice. It's got the bolt through intake manifold. They go straight down the bolts. There's not one there. There's not one there needed. And then there's two in the back. That's Vortec head. Jegs high rise little intake manifold. It's dual plane. MSD ignition. But the elephant in the room here is the wiring and the look. I'm an aesthetic guy. I like to have a nice looking car when you open the hood. I don't like things like this. This hose doing this. It's a mess. It's messy. Somebody did a master cylinder. So that's the Pontiac steering box and some hokey pokey mounts to get things out of the way. Let me know what you guys think about that. MSD was mounted here. The blaster coil was mounted on the intake manifold, but there was no room. So I put it over there for now. Another big thorn in my eye is the trans cooler lines mixed with all this wires, hoses. You got a fuel line that I just ran. Let's get this cool light over here. This is a magnetic light. I kind of like it. My wife got it for me. But get down in there and you can see what's going on, man. Kind of not good at this filming thing. My new fuel line's right there. It's like that dark green brake line. It goes underneath the A-arm, upper A-arm bolts. And that right down in there. There she is. Get to focus. But all these transcooler lines, I got two transcooler lines going to the radiator, and I got two transcooler lines going to transcooler. So I'm trying to think, like, maybe if I get a nicer radiator, because this one's getting crusty, maybe it's starting to go, who knows. Maybe I'll get a nicer radiator. I get rid of this get rid of this mechanical fan, this direct flex fan, because you're going to lose your hands on it. Look how far away it's from the radiator anyway. We got a fan shroud on there, which is good. Don't throw these away, guys, when you play around. All right, you need that if you don't know that already. These cars I know have a problem overheating some of them. So I'm thinking maybe I get a nice DeWitt's radiator. They make a cool radiator, literally, because they add more tubes in it. So it has a surface area of a 3-core radiator, and it might just be a little bit, and like, look, you can see there's some movement in here. Like, what's holding this together? The trans lines. Look, it's got a bounce to it. That's gotta go. We gotta get it right. Get rid of this so I don't lose my fingers. Put electric fans on there, dual electric fans. I mean, this has been run for years. It's fine. You know, it's just something I don't like to deal with when I'm working under here. I really want to dress this up. Maybe get some of this hodgepodge out of here. You let me know. Looks like somebody undercoated it. Maybe there was some stuff they didn't like, so they just covered it over with some texture. It looks like lizard skin. But that's the plan here. I got to straighten this thing up. You got to be able to open the hood up and see something nice. So what's the point? Probably going to stick with the Chevy setup in here because it's a nothing special car. And I'm not going to go out of my way to get a Pontiac engine built for it. It's a nice cruiser. It's a nice family car. I want to make it reliable. I want to be able to hit the coast. And, you know, little stuff like this bothers me. Like, you know, I don't want to have rubber lines that are going to leak. I don't want to have this big bend. This coiled up wires and stuff. Let's get it right. Let's see if we can improve it. It might just look better with some cleaning. Yeah. So I'll show you what we're working with out here. No. So it's going to be a while. It's going to be a while, boys. Just give you a reference here. There's my door. It's nice out. But yeah, so we're not going to be going anywhere anytime soon. So maybe I'll dive into the radiator. Get that buttoned up. Get rid of all those extra trans cooler lines so I could just run it in and out of the radiator. I know it's going to be a weak link. And then, you know, we can dilly-dally on each side. Just make it look better. Get the battery mounted better. What I got into this car is nothing compared to, you know, what you might think. So, paint job wise, you know, it's going to be this way. This is going to be the car. Let me show you the interior. I don't think I've ever sat in it with you guys. Interior, I don't think these are the right seats, but they fit nice. I'm all right with it. I think they actually might be are. Yeah, these got to be the right seats. I know that the Trans Am ones look a little bit different. This is why I bought the car. I really like the layout of the dash. I got 2 fuel tanks, apparently. This is telling me. I got a fuel gauge there, which is the one that works, and then I got one unleaded fuel only here. So I got to get rid of him. I put these in. There's a vent that was here. I deleted that vent, and now I got these 2 new gauges. In the future, if I really going to invest in the car, I got to do probably a dash pad. It's got 1 crack in it, which I can ignore. I don't know if you guys can ignore that. But I put my tack there. This cool Grant steering wheel. Horn don't work, apparently. I bought this part offline. This was missing. This ratchet and clank shifter is not the right shifter. This is how it came. The console is what it is. But you can see here it's not the right fit. So I got to get the right fit for this console. And this is a no lockout. It just shifts into any gear on the fly. So you could jam this thing in reverse accidentally, I think, if you wanted to. It's got a lift. No, yeah, you could probably pretty much go right. Yeah. Yeah, you could put it into a reverse accidentally. So we got to get rid of that. These don't do nothing. Boop, 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 boop. Nothing. We got a little wire hanging. That's just speaker wire. Somebody got to tuck that in. What did I do back here? The headliner was hanging down, and I purchased the 1 piece of trim that was missing, so I held that up and fixed that. This back seat's beautiful. Kid comes in here. It don't smell. There was no mice in here. At least no remnants that I could see. You know, all this stuff's a little touchy. A little touchy-feely. I did the carpet. You know, you got life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness in here. So I do miss the C10 because I had all this stuff figured out. And now it's starting over with somebody else's project, which is, don't sell your cars, guys. Hang on to them. No matter how much you get that craving to get rid of something. I already did this. Doing it again. Again and again. The C10 was a 2-seater, and I have my son, so I wanted to put us in a car that we could ride together. And, you know. It runs, it drives, it stops. We have fun with it. Like this little thing's here. I like nitpicking my stuff because maybe I'll think about actually fixing it. But, you know, even the bird. The bird's got a scuff-a-roni here. It kind of fits me. Like, I got a scuff-a-roni on my face pretty much. Most of the time I'm scruffy. I think it's missing the Trans Am on the other side. I think it's just a Tran Am on the other side. Let's see. You guys get a kick out of this video, I hope. It's a Tran B. Tran Bam. Even back around here. Got these rice-a-ronis. I think it is what it is. It's got air shocks in the back, which is pretty cool. Kind of, when you put the air shocks on, you kind of ignore this stuff. You know? Like that's like, I think there's like a ladybug looking to pop out of there. Maybe we'll get some hatches. But this is the deal. I'm really into it, even though it's rough, because I don't really mind having to work on it. The wheels, let me know what you think about the wheels. They're shiny, so it's like I like them because they're shiny. And they're tough. It reminds me of the 90s. Now I want to air up the back with the air shocks. Give it a little stance. This is, you guys know about these. This is the tranny pan. I want to check the torque converter bolts, make sure it's tight, but somebody did modifications to this. A little cut. Let's see that little hexagon. That's the car. It's probably the final video I'm going to show it to you guys before I go out. Maybe we'll do some burnouts in the summer.